Hey folks, welcome back to Affiliate Retirement. So guys got another project going, and if you recognize the clothes, I just filmed a different YouTube video, but I figure I'm here, I'm set up, I'll film the intro to this one. So guys started another truck project, didn't finish most of the other unfinished ones because what's fun in that? Most of them, honestly, I'm waiting for a part. Some of them I still need to order parts for, stuff like that. It's the weather's not right to paint right now, so I'll just start another one. It'll be fine. So what's going on here? I don't know if you remember, but a month or two back, it's the end of December now. I got first. I went to an estate sale, or right around the same time. I went to an estate sale, and I got a Smith Miller Mack lumber truck that was broken in half. And so I've been kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Am I going to repair that frame? Am I going to look for another frame? I have other frames I could put under it, but I'd have to repaint it and I'd lose the original patina. And then also, right about the same time as when I got into that truck horde, and out of that horde, I got a Smith Miller with a Mack. It was just a black chassis with a fire truck cab on it. And I'm kind of looking at the two of those trucks and thinking about what am I going to do here. And right about that time, there is a major accident here on the workbench behind me. I'll insert some photos here because I was going to film a YouTube short out of it. Instead, I just took a couple pictures and forgot about the YouTube short. So those pictures are inserted here. But big truck wreck here where the broken in half truck ended up. Well, the result of that is the guy figured out he's got a couple ladder trucks, but other than that, there's really no emergency vehicles. So what's a guy going to do about that? Evidently, a guy needs some emergency vehicles, right? Like, seemed obvious at that point. So I'll turn the camera around and I'll show you what I got started working on here. Hold on. Okay, so here's what I got going on so far. Actually, this is kind of step 2. Step 1, I'll insert a picture here. But step 1 was kind of mock-up of the cab and the body to see how they would look together and to see if this was even possible, what I'm trying to do here. I liked it. It looked good. It looked like I was going to be able to fit it together with some modification. So what I've got going on here, step 2, I've started the fabrication of the new frame. If you watched a couple videos back, several videos back, you saw I acquired this Smith Miller Mack lumber truck where the frame was broken in half. The whole truck was broken in half. Picked her up for next to nothing at an estate sale, and I knew it was broken. And basically, I had a couple decent frames, better than a broken in half one. So what I did is I used the front clip of this frame, the fenders and the front part, and I started fabricating this frame. In the mock-up picture, I used a different cab. I used the green cab that came on this lumber truck. But I think for this project, I'm probably going to use this cab, or have another cab in my kind of wrecking yard that I might use it instead. I have to get it out and look. But anyway, what we have here, and this is not very solid at the moment, but I just took some 1/2-inch angle iron, and what I decided the best way to do was to make this plate that matched this step in the frame. These Mac frames have kind of a Z to them right here. So I bent this little piece of plate to fit in there. And I'm not sure yet. I think I'm probably just going to JB weld that whole thing together. I thought about putting some bolts, but maybe I'll show you later. But this right in here where I would bolt it, that original aluminum of that frame is very, very, very thin. So I think my best bet is just to JB weld that. And right now it's actually just these two screws in the cab that's holding that all together. But it fits well enough that it's staying as long as I don't get too crazy. So I use some 1/2-inch angle iron and a little piece of 1/2-inch flat bar and tack that together. And next we'll see what the body looks like on here. Hang on, I'll get that. Okay, so step 3 of the mock-up. Now I've got the body on the new frame. Put a couple blocks into the front here just to kind of level things up a little bit, just to make certain I wasn't missing something. But I've got it sitting down. I don't know if you can see that. Looks like maybe sort of, not really. The new frame is in there. There's a 1/4-inch block, wood block sitting on top of the frame that the body will actually sit on. And I may go a little bit thinner on that because if you look, I'm going to want the running boards to line up as best as I can, and we're not quite there. So probably I have a little bit thinner piece of wood, 3/16, that's probably going to end up in there in the end, but we'll just have to see on that. So next step is I got to mark out the location of the rear axle. That's going to be pretty critical because one thing you'll notice, the fender well on the back here on this body, much smaller than the one for the front. That's okay. I'm going to have to modify this body a little bit to fit the bigger Smith Miller wheels. This is a Tonka body that I picked up, but look at the fit overall. Like, looking down from the top here, the width is just, it's slightly off center at the moment. It's just barely wider than the cab, which I think is perfect. Everything is good. I think the height is good with this cab. So super happy with the overall fit together here. So let me work on this frame a little more, get this rear axle located, get the wheels temporary on it, and we'll see what comes next. Okay, I got the body, the fire body, mounted on the frame because I realized it was easier, better to have that located permanently before I located the back axle. So as you can see, I've already made the tabs to weld onto the frame to locate the back axle. I already made axles for it and put it together. It's basically ready now to be blown apart, a few little details finished up, and then it'll be ready for paint. One thing I have to do is make a new front bumper. So anyway, in the interest of time, I'll end this video here, and I'll start another video when I'm ready to start putting it back together. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time on Failure at Retirement. Have a good day.